That's why I want to thank Lamin Larsu again for putting these videos together.
Right now, we were given automatic citizenship at the Roots Festival. Don't tell me it can't be done.
The president's plan was to give out 300,000 fraudulent voting cards to foreigners. This many foreign votes would be more than enough to sway the election in a country of under 900,000 registered voters.
I can say I'm better than anyone you would ever have in this country.
In the end, he managed 22 years of corruption, torture, and brutal political repression.
Look at that. That's him. One of the biggest Pan-Africanists. He's so Pan-Africanist, he didn't want to marry a Gambian woman.
The members of the Council of African Descendants have recently enjoined our lawmakers to come up with an automatic citizenship bill to enable them become citizens of the Gambia.
Honourable Saku Marong is in the studio with us today, and he has also been helping us with the private members bill. We recently...
But what is it about them that they're going up and down, trying to, create relationship between them and politicians and trying so hard to become, citizens right away? And it's all based in lies. You guys are going to see.
Transatlantic slavery symposium, Homecomers Symposium, which was attended by 28 honourable members, National Assembly members.
Now, you come to the issue of a citizenship that they're talking about. You look at our law. Now, we are looking at two things here. The first thing that we are looking at is that we are trying to engage the presidents of the Republic of the...
He is in their pockets. Because this man, this Sekou Marong, people, Gambians that are watching me, I think he's from around Sukuta or Talinding, one of those areas. Talk to your people there. Let them know this man is a sellout. This man is not there for your interest. He's using his position, to commit fraud and criminality. That's not going to help the country. Who the hell is Juliet for him to constantly, whenever she needs him to show up, he shows up?
All right, and see if there is any possibility of the president granting them a citizenship. If there's a possibility, we go for that one. But if there is no possibility in that area also, what we are looking at is that the possibility of amending the section of that, whereby at least we will come with a private member bill. But as I said, the private member bill is going to be a long process.
But it's not, in fact, a bill yet in Parliament.
Yeah. Oh, not yet. It's not yet
not
a bill in the Parliament.
Oh.
We need to talk to the citizenry. That the Gambian people need to understand what these people want. This is why I told you that we are also looking at the other options from the president, because we understand that Jawara did it. Yeah, Yame did it. So is it going to be a crime for President Adama Barrow also to do the same thing?
Do you understand what you're saying here? This is a crime. Do you know this? This is a crime. This man doesn't respect Gambians, doesn't respect the Gambian law, the constitution, the will of the people. He thinks two people's idea should take center stage over what the majority thinks or what the majority wants.
How hopeful can we be that the president can, of course, stamp this request that they're making?
Well, I'm very, very hopeful about this, because when we visited the president, what the president told us, was very impressive.
Gambian people, I hope you're paying attention. I hope you're seeing the type of idiots and sellouts you're giving power to. This man is supposed to be a member of parliament. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? He has to be on her payroll.
That you are fighting about, that is automatic citizenship. Am I right? Is that the issue? Yes or no? You automatic. Okay. And you've mentioned here that you've been working with a lot of lawmakers from across the political aisle. Have they informed you of our laws in the Gambia? Because as we speak, according to this constitution, this Gambian constitution, the 1997 constitution, There are people who were born in the country who are not citizens.
People, I want you to hear this part clearly. You would find out this westernized, quote unquote, Pan-Africanists, these are the most selfish, narcissistic, wicked people. They think the world revolves around them. That victimhood mentality. This man is about to lay it out for her.
Of the Gambia, because their parents were not from the Gambia. So our constitution does not give automatic citizenship to anybody. There are processes that are in place. So I would have loved for the National Assembly member, Mr. Marong, to still be here, because it is one thing for these National Assembly members to be giving you all this thumbs up, you're doing great, you're doing that, but it is an other if they are not working towards changing the laws to make it at least right for people, because I think it is really a very, I don't see it happening, because the president by itself cannot make that declaration. It is a lawful thing, it is a constitutional matter, and unless the laws are changed, this struggle that you guys are waging will have to continue.
Okay, so are you aware of the draft report? The draft constitutional report that came out?
The draft
in March 2020.
The draft that was rejected by Mr. Marong, the MP that was left, and others?
Guys, listen to this conversation closely. See, when you're faced with reality, you start being dumb. Do you not see this guy with his glasses? He's a nerd. He even pulled out the Constitution. You think he would know about the draft Constitution? That's all these people talk about. But he pointed to her that the type of Constitution, the law that she wanted, the same guy, that politician that she thinks is on her side, he is one of the people that voted against it. He's one of the people that voted against it. But Juliet, since you're so smart, how come you didn't know that? Maybe you should go check and see who voted against the draft, which would have favored you.
Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to take part in this very important debate that we're doing today. My vote for this draft is big no. Thank you.
So you see the looks on the Gambians' face. They are laughing at them. So the bottom line is, Marong played BLAXIT.
What I'm saying here is and this is not like a debate between you and I. All I'm saying here is, Mr. Marong, Majanko Samusa, and all the lawmakers that you mentioned here that you've been working with had a unique opportunity,
right,
as the only authority to have looked at that draft and changed anything that was in it, even the recommendations that were made by the CRC. If they did not agree with it, they had the sole power to change it. But they did not for political expediency. But the situation here is they have the powers to make the changes. They will not. When they wanted to change Section 91D of the Constitution, they did, without anybody's urging. So that's what I'm saying.
Now you're seeing that the MPs that you attach yourself to are in fact the people that voted against that. They are not going to do what you want them to do.
I'm Honorable Suleiman Sao, BLAXIT.
Where? For the
part of the family, BLAXIT.
Okay.
Honorable Kevin
Member of Adrian Ryan, and a Frank.
Honorable Lamin, as I'm member of Parliament for Communities.
Honorable Aragiso, member of Gimara.
All right, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Those people voted against the draft you are talking about, because if they voted for that draft, is going to kill their political party. You think they're going to allow their party to die over your stupid interests? You do not have enough money to buy them for them to allow their political interests to permanently die. Listen to how she contradicts herself.
I don't like to talk about politics, but I'm going to just go there.
Ma'am, all you do is talk about politics.
Firstly, the whole constitution is political. We don't want to get involved in discussing that. You understand? We really don't want to.
Adrian is the biggest idiot. Dude, you're asking for automatic citizenship. You guys have been talking about constitution. What do you mean you don't want to be political? Changing a constitution is political, dude. Like, what are you talking about? You guys see, right? Race loyalty speech by the 6th region MP Honorable Adrian. People, the man is already calling himself an MP. He's already calling himself that. I didn't make this up. You guys are seeing it for yourself. So they have an agenda.
People are reporting that you are supposedly paying off politicians. We have to follow up with that.
So today I have the honorable members with me, Honorable Solomon Saho, Honorable Abdullah Sise, and Honorable Seko Morang.
We're not apolitical, so it doesn't make any difference to us what people think. We cannot even vote. So
you cannot even vote. That's why you shouldn't be talking about these things. Why are you running up and down with MPs?
You think injecting yourself into the internal politics, it's the way to go.
Not about being partisan or injecting myself in politics. We had 28 National Assembly members come to our...
Julius, can I come in there?
I've spoken to Amy Bojang, I've been to see the Minister of Trade, I've seen the Minister of Tourism, I was with the Ambassador at Large for Investment.
You guys see how she's gloating? How many people you know? People, I'm telling you, there is an agenda here.
Management and business. I've spoken to Ibrahim Basenko, I think he's the spokesman for the president. I've been to the State House. I've seen Jibril Adama. We've spoken to, who was around last night? Daba Haba, who has said that he would as well. We've been to the president's brother's naming ceremony, spoken to his family, his driver. We've spoken to, we even interviewed his nephew from Maja. Yeah?
Please, can she just go back to England and go drink some tea with the Queen and leave Gambians alone? I think that would be the best recourse for her.
Because Juliet at that time was threatening everybody. If anybody said anything or anybody was against her, she was going to go to court and court action. She was going to slag off your name on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever. And women are scared of that. They are so scared of that.
Listen to how she contradicts herself.
You can tell me I'm not a Gambian. I have Gambian DNA. There's an exclusive on your show. I'll let everybody know my first husband was Gambian.
I don't know where I come from in Africa. I just know that my soul felt connected here in Gambia, and that's why we're here. But I couldn't tell you where I'm from.
So Gambia is actually my ancestral home.
My foreparents are Gambians. We were just taken in slavery. So we are still Gambians. We were still taken from these shores. And so Gambian blood is still here. My great-grandparents are Gambian.
I want you to open your eyes. It's not about skin color. It's about character.
How do you trace your roots? Because we know during the slave trade, not all slaves were taken from the Gambia. They were slaves from different parts of Africa.
Listen to how she contradicts herself.
In fact, where you come from is an actual feeling. This is the wrong attitude, and it's a very neo-colonial attitude. It's a very unwelcoming attitude, because you're not looking at the inward investment. What you're looking at is treating us as though we're foreigners, which we're not. You can trace your family surname down to the village or the country or the island that you come from. So we're able to trace where the ship debarked from. And in our case, the ship debarked from Gambia. So we can only...
Really? Let's hear her story, what she's about to tell.
That was through that information being passed down through my grandmother. So I knew that Gambia was my home, but I didn't know that Gambia was Gambia.
Did you guys hear the lie she just told? So she's using the word Gambia. So some of these local griots, they depending on what ethnicity they come from, some say Kambi. They cannot say the G. So they will say Gambia. But Gambia has been called Gambia as far back as we know. It's not today. You can go read in the 9th century, even the Arabs called it Gambia, Al-Gambia. What is she talking about? Badibunkers have a hard time, pronouncing the G. So they say Gambia. So if she's a Badibunka, how did she end up with the, Nyancho Kujabi name? This doesn't make any sense.
I just don't like lies. I just don't like people just telling lies, At a taxi stand, and there was a man who looked exactly like my grandma, like my grandma's family, like my grandma's brother. So I asked him, and I said to him, it's weird because my grandmother told me that I'm from a place called Gambia, not Gambia, but I haven't been able to find it. And he said, no, I'm Mandinka. And so...
Do you see how she's looking at her like, you lying ass woman? Where did your grandma get that information from? Where? Was your grandma a white woman? People are so fake. They are faker than a $3 bill.